clock back here and we take a look at the first time this happened with Derek Norris and Manny Machado, no reaction, no look back. Here, later in the game, same thing. That's the best contact he's had all day, and that was with the back of Derek Norris's head. And still, no reaction, no apology, nothing. That is not an indication of somebody who is sorry. That is not, for me, an indication of somebody who did it accidentally. You have to understand, you're in the major leagues with 600-plus players. You have all done the same thing to get to the position you're in right now. There's absolutely no reason he couldn't have bent down, said, hey, sorry, my bad, didn't mean it, are you okay? Ibar, like I said, that's an example of an accident. Manny Machado, leave some question marks.
You just can't condemn what he's done. But he had a rough weekend over there. But he already explained the reason why he didn't apologize to Norris. He didn't feel like Norris would care. But guess what? You know, it's a natural reaction. And we are all a family. And no one wants to hurt anybody in the baseball game. People do stuff in the heat of the battle. But that is the natural reaction, what we saw there. When you hit somebody with the bat, you go and apologize. That being said, you know, we have to check in the history of it, and this kid Machado also put somebody out of a game in Double-A with that long backswing, so only he knows if he did it on purpose or not.
Well, as you mentioned, he's had a difficult series against the A's. There was that play with Josh Donaldson on Friday night after Donaldson tagged Machado with head over heels, set the bench is empty, and then on Sunday, this was the play you guys are referring to. Suspended 5 games for throwing his bat on the field. Initially, he said it was unintentional. Later, he apologized for it, and you see this was the second time the bench is emptied in 3 days, and Machado was involved in it. Here's Machado's reaction to the 5-game suspension.
It's coming. You know, we're going to appeal it. Made my peace yesterday, you know, now we're just going to move on from it. It is what it is, you know, I don't make that decision. It's up to them, and, you know, it's out of my hands. You know, I can't say how many games I could be suspended for. You know, I don't want to be down for 5 days. You know, you need to try to help out this team in any way. Just going to go ahead and, you know, try to get that down, and that's it. And that's especially in the last couple of days. So, you know, it's all part of the game. You know, you just got to put it behind you and not worry about it and go about your business, and that's it.
Do the crime, do the time. He understands it. We're going to miss him. See him Sunday.
Well, he plans on appealing it, and he'll play tonight. And would you, if it was you, would you appeal it, or would you just sort of let this go?
In my situation, he's going to handle it the way he's going to handle it. So we're going to miss him. It is what it is. It's business. You guys are happy something like this happened. The media is, because you're running with it with a frenzy. So we keep it in-house.
The media didn't throw the bat, but they do get thrown under the bus, as apparently it is what it is. But Dallas, first of all, do you think a 5-game suspension is sufficient?
I don't think so. Not for me. I think we've got to take a look at the severity of the situation, what he did. He took another player's career, maybe multiple players' careers, into his hands in a heat-of-the-moment type of reaction. And for me, I don't know that there's a baseline that we can judge that upon, because this is unfamiliar territory for us. You know, he's not a starting pitcher where we bang him for 5 games, he misses maybe 1 start, maybe not even a start. This is a guy who's a key cog in this lineup. He's going to be present day in and day out. So a 5-game bang for him, that's, you know, that's tough.
I always felt that between 5 and 10 will be fair, because he's not a starter. Now they have raised the starters from 5 to 6, because eventually they're gonna have to miss his. You'll find you suspend a guy for 5 days, and if you had a day off in between, the guy wouldn't even miss a start. But this is an everyday player who will be out there, and you know what? Maybe that doesn't have a price tag on it, because that was something that was unexcusable for the kid to do it. But we do have to lay down the law, because this thing, we don't need this in the game, and I think it's fair. What I'm not in favor of, he should not be appealing this suspension. If he only got 5 games, he should move on and see you on Sunday, just like Adam Jones said.
We had a fine example this offseason of what it means to take your medicine. And 13 out of 14 names that were subject to some scrutiny took their medicine. And we had one guy out of all of those who thought he was above the law, thought he was better than that. And for me, that's the kind of taste this leaves in my mouth right now. You understand what you did. If you're sorry, save it. Sit up there in the clubhouse, watch 5 ball games, and come out and ready to play on that 6th day. You don't appeal anything. You were wrong. You know you were wrong. Let the 24, 25 other guys in that clubhouse take it up for you, let them pick you up, you move on that sixth day.
Adnan Burke-Maniac to Dallas Braden as we continue. Adam Wainwright, the Cardinals facing the Rays. This is a mismatch on paper. Bottom of the first, runners on first and second, 2 away. Wainwright will get Ben Zobrist to fly out, so he leaves 2 runners stranded here. Then in the bottom of the fourth, another jam for Wainwright. Runners in second and third, 1 away. David DeJesus lines it right at Colton Wong.
And the witch doctor continues to fail.
The medicine doctor, yeah, going to make it rain inside. 2 batters later, bases loaded. Logan Forsythe to second. 3 more runners stranded.
And to touch on Manny's point, when it rains, it pours. Even when you barrel balls up, they're right at a guy.
Top of the 6th, Matt Holliday off Jake Odorizzi. Just Holliday's 4th home run of the year.
It's coming. It's heating up now, and they're going to need his bat in that lineup, especially with the lack of home run power that they're having right now.
Top of the 8th, Trevor Rosenthal is on. Bases loaded 2 away. Rosenthal will get Matt Joyce to pop it up. Out of the jam again.
This is not a team. This is not a pitching staff. If you're in this position right now, scuffling to square balls up and put runs across the board.
Bottom line, Rosenthal strikes at Kevin Kiermaier to end the game, and the Tampa Bay Rays have been shut out in 3 straight games. Cardinals win this one. 1-0 is the final as the woes continue for the Rays. First time they've been shut out in 3 straight in franchise history, and 10 games with 0 runs this season leads the American League. They always put Joe Madden on his team's anemic offense.
We kind of got guys out there again tonight. We're just not driving runs in. We're actually starting to get some movement. We just, proverbially snake bit right now. We just can't find some grass when we need to under those circumstances. There's not a whole lot to talk about except we left too many guys on base. 0 for 6 runners in scoring position. That's pretty much been the tail of the tape right there.
Someone say hitting with runners in scoring position. The team ranked 22nd in batting average with men on in April, 25th in May, and 2nd to last so far in June. Furthermore, hitting just .099 with runners in scoring position over their lap. They have gone 1-14.
All right, some good stuff going on there. You know where you are based on the title, but this is in multiple parts, so you might want to hear this out, do a little review everything going on since this is the baseline show. Part 1 is about Manny Machado with that particular catcher getting suspended because he's not watching his swing. Orioles and A's, a lot of stuff going on between them lately. And Tampa Bay woes continues. In part 2, we got the Cubs and the Pirates, debut of the much talked about Polanco. The run fest of the Braves and the Rockies, a little bit of the Marlins and the Rangers too. Interesting matchup. Don't necessarily see a whole lot, at least not covered by Baseball Tonight. Not from last year that I can remember. Yeah, so what's going on? I am your brief but concise host, Boom to the Hay, Will, the alternative ESPN Sports Thrill. All the video highlights courtesy to Baseball Tonight and MLB vis-a-vis ESPN. Decided to switch things up a little bit. Put the voiceover here at the end for baseball. Lately I've been getting a few, well, just to say 3, flip comments, which is more than the entire year put together. And I mean like the fiscal year, going back to a year ago June. And so I would think that most of you out there, you're pretty respectful. It's not everybody's cup of tea, the format to the OMSR, but it has to be done this way. This show is mainly meant to be, and it's less a show as it is more sports talk radio type deal. So this is the talk radio version of the OMSR. I have not done a show live from the set since the Tupac tribute and UConn's national championship. Just too many things to cover, and that set has to be rebuilt for each and every show. It's just much easier for mass production to do it this way. To those of you who are still listening, so quickie sport rant wise, I would just say to those who've said that in the past, well then watch Baseball Tonight. It's one of ESPN's flagship platform shows. Great stuff. Baseball's a very long season. If you're a diehard fan for one of your ball clubs, it's not possible to really watch 4 other games every day. So you get the rundown from Baseball Tonight. You don't have time for that, or you miss out on it because it's on only once a day, you can come to the OMSR. get some good sound bites, but there's always going to be a little bit of show elements attached to it. That's just the way it is. The Good Ship Sports Club Lollipop from 3 years ago on YouTube has sailed. Okay, thanks for watching. No silly DUIs while you're out there celebrating what's left in the finals. We are laid out again.